You're watching NewsX and I'm Vaishali Kohli. Now, US Ambassador to India, Sergio Gore took to X after the announcement of a joint statement by the US and India. He wrote, "A new day. All credit to President Trump and PM Modi for their leadership and vision in achieving this." Brian Thomas is joining me with more details. Brian, what more can you tell us?
Yes, Vaishali, U.S. Ambassador to India, Sergio Gore, has welcomed the India-U.S. interim trade framework, calling it a fresh beginning in bilateral ties. And on a post on X also, Ambassador Gore stated that a new day and all credit to President Trump and Prime Minister Modi for their leadership and vision in achieving this. Yes, clearly this remark also comes after the announcement of this very interim trade agreement that is even aimed at resetting tariff structures, expanding market access, and even strengthening strategic and economic cooperation between the two countries. Yes.
Brian, stay on with me. I'll come back to you. Now, Indian Department of Commerce says Indian farmers will remain fully protected under the India-US trade deal, with no market access provided for fruits. Additionally, bananas and mangoes, including fresh and processed forms, remain excluded, ensuring no concessions in these key domestic produce categories. Brian, now the question of farmers was, of course, a lot in contention. What more can you add to this?
Vaishali, clearly as of now, India clearly stated, and India will be setting to reduce tariffs on U.S. goods, where India will be eliminating or reducing tariffs on all U.S. industrial goods, which includes a wide range of U.S. agriculture and food products, including dried distillers, grains, red sorghum, tree nuts, fresh and processed fruits, soybean oil, wine and spirits, and even additional agricultural sectors. Not only that, India has also committed to addressing long-standing non-tariff barriers affecting U.S. medical devices, ICT products, and even agricultural goods. Very importantly, even under Executive Order 14257, the U.S. will also be applying a reciprocal tariff rate of 18% on Indian origin goods, including textile apparel, leather and footwear, plastic and rubber, organic chemicals, home decor and artisan products, and even certain machinery. However, they would be subject to successful conclusion of the interim government, where the U.S. will remove reciprocal tariffs on goods listed in the potential tariff adjustment annex that includes your generic pharmaceuticals, gems and diamonds, and aircraft parts itself. Not only that, there is a removal of Section 232 national security tariffs, where U.S. will be removing tariffs imposed under Section 232 national security proclamation on certain Indian aircraft and aircraft parts, aluminium, steel, copper. And not only that, India will also receive a preferential tariff rate quota for automotive parts covered under the Section 232 auto tariffs. Very importantly, both countries also commit to providing each other sustained preferential market access in sectors of mutual interest. New rules of origin will also be established to ensure benefits primarily accrue to U.S. and Indian products. Very importantly, India has also agreed to address barriers affecting U.S. medical devices, eliminate restrictive import licensing for ICT goods, reviewing acceptance of U.S. or international standards within 6 months of entry into force, and even address long-standing barriers in agricultural trade. Yes.
Brian, thank you for joining me. Now, the Congress has claimed that the India-US joint statement on the trade agreement is silent on details and took a swipe at PM Modi, saying all the hugs and photo ops have not amounted to much. In fact, Congress MP Jairam Ramesh has said, "Namaste Trump jeete, howdy Modi hare." This trade deal is in America's interests. Everything will become very clear when details of this deal emerge. Let's listen in.
देखिए, प्रधानमंत्री जो कुछ कहें, असली बात यह है, हकीकत यह है कि दोस्त दोस्त न रहा। नमस्ते ट्रंप जीते, हाउडी मोदी हारे। जो संयुक्त वक्तव्य आया है कल रात को और आज सुबह भारतीय समय के अनुसार, इसमें ज्यादा विस्तृत डिटेल्स नहीं दिए गए हैं, पर जो कुछ जानकारी दी गई है उससे स्पष्ट हो जाता है। 5 चीजें स्पष्ट हो जाती हैं। पहला, रूस से हम तेल नहीं खरीदेंगे, ये बिल्कुल साफ है। और अगर हम खरीदेंगे डायरेक्टली या इनडायरेक्टली, प्रत्यक्ष रूप से या अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से, हम पर जुर्माना लगाया जाएगा 25% का।
I have Anand Singh joining me with more details. Anand, this is a scathing attack at PM Modi. What more can you add to this?
Yeah, look, Vaishali, the way in which joint statements have been issued, especially by Union Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, clearly Congress has now taken a swipe on the government and especially Prime Minister Narendra Modi, with Congress General Secretary and Communication in charge, Jairam Ramesh, clearly putting out at Prime Minister Narendra Modi that's how Namaste Trump has won while Howdy Modi has been defeated. The joint statement which has been issued is not very detailed, but whatever information could collect, make 5 things very clear. First, we will not purchase Russian oil, and if we do, a fine will be imposed on us in the form of 25% tariff. So this is a claim that Jairam Ramesh has made. Beside it, he mentioned that we will either reduce or remove import duty on agriculture imports from the United States, and our imports from the United States will increase by 3 times every year. This means our trade with the United States, which is in surplus, will become a deficit. So clearly he has highlighted a concern, and then he mentioned that there is no mention on IT and service sector, and fifth, export duty on Indian products is increasing. This trade deal is in America's interest. Everything will become very clear when details of these deals emerge in the coming days. So clearly, this announcement has not gone down well with the Congress party, as Jairam Ramesh has clearly taken a swipe at Prime Minister Narendra Modi after Union Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal issued a joint statement on the India-US trade deal. Back to you, Vaishali.
Stay on with me, Anand. Now, Union Minister Kiren Rijiju has congratulated the people of India and US on the framework for an interim agreement. Taking to X, he wrote, under the leadership of Honorable PM Narendra Modi ji, India is securing agreements with major countries which will primarily benefit the Indian exporters, especially MSMEs, farmers and fishermen. The increase in exports will create lakhs of new job opportunities for our women and youth. Back to you, Anand, on this statement.
Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal shared the statement on India-US trade deal. So clearly, Kiren Rijiju, who is also one of the union ministers and looks after the parliamentary affairs, so he has clearly congratulated the people of India and US on the framework for an interim agreement, and he clearly mentioned that how under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India is securing agreements with major countries which will primarily benefit the Indian exporters, especially MSMEs. So clearly he has highlighted that how the MSMEs will be benefited through this important US-India trade deal, and he mentioned that how it will help farmers and fishermen in India. And he also mentioned that the increase in exports will create lakhs of new job opportunities, especially for women and youth. So clearly, he has underlined these points that how this deal is going to help in increasing the employment opportunities in many of the sectors in the country, which will generate lakhs of employment, and especially it will generate more opportunities for women and the youth. Back to you, Vishal.
All right, Anand, thank you for joining me. Now, Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi will review operational preparedness